And start my recording. So today what we want to do, let's see, there we go. Today what I want to do is I want to show you how to do some details in your drawing, okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you first of all how to weave this basket. Hang on, it's being silly. All right, so when you have this with you, you're going to need it right next to you as you do this, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to have to count what you see, count out what you see. So everything is correct. So if I'm looking at this basket, I see one. These are called slats that go this way and this way, slats of the basket. Okay, so here I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 down. Okay, 6 across. And then going down, I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So you have to have 11 down. If you don't have that, you haven't done it right. So when I create my basket on my still life drawing, so here's my still life, here's my basket, okay? And I see it has a little rim back here, and I see that rim. And I also see the woven slats behind the basket. I see it has a rim here, so I'm going to put that rim in here. And I'm going to go pretty fast with this, okay? Because I don't want to take up all your time. So I'm going to go pretty fast with this. So I see there's a slat here and another one here. And there's some space in between it. There's a slat and then there's some space. And then there's another slat and there's some space. So you got to look at all of those things. It's very important that you do that, okay? Then you're going to come around to the front of that basket. And you're going to say, okay, I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 across. So don't make just one slat, just one side of the slat. You're going to make one. There's one slat, okay? Then you have a space here, and then you're going to make 2 slats, and then you'll have a space. Then you have 3 slats, and then you have a space, and 4 space, 5 space, and one more, 6. Now you're going to want to make sure that you have this drawn in and do as many details as you can on your original drawing, because if you don't, when you go to do your charcoal, you're going to have a really struggle. You're going to struggle hard with this, okay? So that's why I'm using this basket to show you how to do this. All right, so now what I have to do is I have to look at this, and I have this one that goes over, then it goes under, then it goes over, then it goes under, then it goes over, then it goes under, then it goes over. So when I do that, I have to remember where my space is and where my slat is. So my first one is going to go over, under, over, under, over, under, over. All right? So you got to remember that. Wait, now, over, under, over, under. Oh, yeah. Under, and then this one comes around the edge like this. So we're going to come back, over, under. Loxo screwed it up already. All right? So over, under, and erase out the ones you don't see. So if it goes over, you're not going to see it. All right, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. All right, so now we see our slats. And when the over ones, we don't see what's there. Do y'all understand that? Let me try it again. This one is going to go under and over, under and over, under and over. Try it. Let's do the second part of it. Under, over, under, over, under, over. And then the ones that are over, I want to erase back because those are the ones I'm not going to see. So every other one is under or over. Okay? Let's try it again. Over, under, over, under, over, under, over. Okay, and then we'll see the side of the basket. Over, under, under, over, under, over, under. And all the ones that are on the top, that are on the overs, we're going to take out. Okay, and remember, we're counting these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So I have 1, 2, 3. So I'm making these way too big for you, but I'm going to have to count 11 of these out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I didn't make this true to scale because I just want you to see how to do it. But you're going to see that the slat going this way is wider than the slat going this way. So I made these way too wide here. So I should go back and fix those, okay? But that's why we're doing these practices. This is not going to be your final. You're going to practice this first before you go to your final drawing, okay? So just remember, 2 times, under, over, under, over. Erase out the overs. Under, over, under, over. Erase out the overs. Under, over, under, over. Erase out the overs. All right? Y'all see that? Anybody have a question? If you do, pipe in. All right, I'm going to go back to the drawing we did yesterday and show you how that one will work, okay? Because I want you to see this one too. So let's see how many crisscrosses I have in the basket. All right, I have 1, 2, I have more. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Well, 24, that means I should have 12 of these, okay, if I'm going around. So I'm going to half that, 1, 2, 3, 4, because each one of these goes all the way across. So here's 1, here's 2, here's 3, here's 4, here's 5, here's 6, here's 7, here's 8, here's 9, here's 10, here's 11, here's 12, okay? So we have to count what we see, all right? So we have to count that. Then we're going to start in not quite the middle of this, because if you see this part of the basket is a little off-centered because this part of the basket down here is going to be woven differently, okay? So I'm going to make this up right about here, okay? Because that's where that part's going to be. This basket's a hard one, all right? And I see almost the whole thing all the way around here, okay? Can y'all see that? It's pretty light. I'll try and go over it for you. All right, so the first one I want to do is this one that comes across here. And I want to make sure that I see what it's doing, okay? So I'm making that come across. And I want to make it as close to the size as I see. So there's the one that comes across. The next one comes from over here, and it makes an X, and I can hold my pencil and see the angle that this is on. So I can hold my pencil and see the angle this is on. So this one's a little bit thicker, and it goes underneath that one and down. It doesn't come quite up and around there. So it makes kind of an X. Okay? Now I'm going to put this one in. And it kind of goes down and around and under here and down and around. Okay, so now I see that one. Then let's see, I'm going to go with this one next, okay? And I see it comes here and it touches there. It comes here and it touches there. And then it comes down and around here. All right, so you see what I'm doing? I'm just making all these, where these weaves are. So this one, look at this one comes here and then here and here. So this one comes up and over the top of that. All right, y'all see what I'm doing? If you have any questions, type it into the chat box, okay? Because this is hard stuff. It's really hard stuff, okay? So this one, it's going to come through here and like this, but then these guys are going to come up and around the top like that. And then I'm going to erase out what I don't see. All right, so you see how I'm doing that? Then we get down here, some of these slats kind of come up over and around like this. So we see like this one right here comes over. There's one here that comes here, and then these two come over and around like this, okay? So when you see those, that means they're coming here and then around down this basket like this. So there'll be smaller weavings through here. See that? It's over, under, over, under, over, under, okay? And it'll be the same thing for each one of these that comes down here. So eventually it'll look like this. So I'll have one here, one here, one here, one here, one here. So the basket comes here and then down, okay? So it looks like it is rounded. So these guys are coming over and around, over like this and around. Okay? So this guy, he comes here, here, and here, and then these guys come over and around like that. And then this one comes underneath those. All right? So then we have these smaller little slats here, and they kind of do this, over, under, over, under, over. And then the ones that are over, we want to make sure that we erase out under, over, under, over, okay? We want to erase out what we don't see. And this one is under, over, under, over, under, over, under, over. All right, and then we erase out what we don't want to see. So just think of it as you're doing this weaving on this thing, you want to think of it as this. Think of if you were weaving an Easter basket. Okay, so these guys are going this way, down, right? And these guys are coming across the top of that basket, over, under, over, over, under, over. And the ones that are over will erase back. But we want to see the ones that where it goes behind. Now this one is under, over, under, over, under, over, under. And I erase out that one. So every other one we erase out. Over, under, over, under, over. And so every one under, over, under, over, under, over, under. All right, so if you have to talk yourself through it, talk yourself through it. What I don't want to see is this. I don't want to see a checkerboard. If you want to do it that way, you have to come back and remember which ones you're going to erase back. You always erase out 2. All right, you're always erasing out 2 when you're doing this. Don't do this though. Do it like this. This is not the way to do it. That's not correct. You want to do it this way and then this way. All right? So that's as much detail as you really need to put on any of this, because the next thing we're going to do, once you get this drawing done by Monday, once you get these drawings done, what we're going to do then is I'm going to have you make sure that you have a really good drawing. You're going to have to practice this, and you might even need to make more than one still life drawing. You might even need to try and make one more, especially if you're having problems with this. But the more detail you have in this, the better off you're going to be. You want the detail on this basket. You want a little bit of detail here. On this one, you know how we saw it had that little, it's a little Christmas ornament, and it had that. Everything else, we're just going to do it with value using charcoal, okay? So don't worry about doing anything else except weaving this basket. Okay, and I think almost everybody has a basket in their still life, okay? It's going to be so much easier if you do this in charcoal. I see some of you have not picked up your charcoal yet. You're going to want to do that because doing this in pencil is not going to be easy. Okay? Doing this in pencil is going to be very difficult, so I need you